come on in. I'm gonna give you a tour of our 2018 Jayco Pinnacle 37MDQS. Follow me. We've just come in the entryway, and right across we have a little coat closet. We have all of our controls, our lights. So you have all of that front and center, and then you move into the main area. The whole family sits here together to eat. We have an extendable table. We actually switched out 2 of our chairs for a crate. The nice thing about this dog crate is it has, I think, a 300-pound weight capacity, and we can have a comfortable spot without the crate taking up any of our living space. The best thing about this is that it is built-in child entertainment. The kids, when we let them, will ride these things up and down all day long. We enjoy them too. All right, main living area. We put a carpet from Ruggable down here. We just thought we needed something to tie the space together a little bit that was a little more decorative than the plain carpeting that comes with the RV. And so the nice thing about this, you could just take this whole top layer, throw it in your washer if it gets dirty, wash it, dry it, put it right back down. And it kind of goes with our decor style. Rustic, lodge, maybe a little bit like Irish pub feel. You'll find a lot of people that say this brown is too brown for them and it's too dark, and people these days are painting the cabinets white or gray, and I love that too. I think it's beautiful, but I don't think we'll do that with our RV because we both really do like this too. So we've just added some touches like the carpet and some of our decorations to make it a little more us, a little more outdoorsy, lodgy feeling. And we have the gray couches, and I think that helps because then it's not too much brown on brown on brown. So this pulls out into a queen size bed, I believe. So we've had guests sleep here before. We have all this space. The kids do sometimes drag their toys out here, play out here, so it works for everybody. And we have a super nice fireplace. I'll turn the heat off. It's still summer after all. It's too hot for the heat, but the ambiance is super nice. So we enjoy that, even when it's not winter, even when it's not cold, but it heats the place really nicely when it is cold. The other nice thing about this unit is the TV is on a lift.
There's a lever right here to lift the TV. And up it goes. It's a 50-inch TV. Sometimes it needs a little help. And there we have it.
When we don't watch TV, we have this extra window, extra natural light, and this whole space for anything, decorations, prep. I like that there isn't a pantry right here that splits the space like you see in a lot of other RVs. I think those pantries are probably bigger than what we have over here, but I feel like it's a little awkward then to use this for kitchen prep. This is really nice and seamless to move from one space to the other and do all of our kitchen prep. So it has all of your basic kitchen necessities. It has your 3-burner stovetop. It has an oven, microwave. Some people have a convection oven in there as well. We don't. We use our oven and our stovetop a lot, which some RVers say they never do, or they'll use their oven for storage. We cook with all of it, and we also added a bread machine and a blender, a big sink, and also big fridge Ours does not run on propane. It's a regular residential fridge. The one thing I do want to show you that not most other RVers have is our dishwasher. This did not come standard. Kevin installed this for us. And if you take a look on this side, there were 3 drawers just like this right on this side. So we did give up some storage space in the kitchen, but we decided it was worth it for us because we got this dishwasher instead. So if I open this up, you will see that it has a lot of room and it fits a ton of stuff. So some dishwashers are more of a drawer style dishwasher, and people sometimes replace their oven with their dishwasher. But we wanted both. Like I said, we use our oven, and so Kevin was able to plumb it right into the same line as the sink. And then we had this outlet here, which now does not go down. Usually these go down, but now because we have the dishwasher there, it just stays up permanently, but the electricity is routed into the same spot. So Kevin will probably do a separate video on that, but for now, let me just say that is worth its weight in gold. So I mentioned that we do have a pantry, and I think some people's pantries are bigger, some are smaller, but we have 3 pretty large areas. Here we have a couple of drawers as well. We have some other cabinets where we put some kitchen necessities, some food stuff as well, but most of it's in there. And then we move right into the kids' room, and it's right off the kitchen, so it's nice. We can see them as we're out here cooking, living, and they can have their own space. Some of their stuff migrates out, but most of the time it stays in here, which is why we wanted a mid-bunk room with storage, with space to play on the floor. The North Point version of this mid-bunk had a nice sliding door. It was like a recessed pocket door. That is our kind of one regret with this floor plan, is that this door does get in the way. So it's like, what are we doing here? So at times I'm standing here trying to get in the fridge and the kids want to come out, and but you know, for the most part we figure it out. And right now Nathan sleeps in this room. He had his crib when we first started, then he graduated to his toddler bed with the rail, and we're still thinking at some point we might build some bunks in here, depending on how ambitious we feel. So for right now, Clara is up in the loft right above this, and I'll show that in a few minutes, but maybe we would do a little bit of a bunk thing here, or maybe a loft bed and have some more floor space underneath. So all of their toys, books, clothes are all stored in these drawers, in these cabinets. So we use a lot of these little storage cubes for all their things. We weed them out occasionally so that we don't accumulate too much stuff, but I mean, that's life with kids. So if we come back to the entrance area and we work our way up to the front of the RV instead, we go up a couple of stairs. This shoe rack looks like it's always been here, but we actually got this idea from another RVer, and it's from IKEA, and we can put all of our shoes and kids' shoes, and that solves the problem that a lot of RVers have. Where do I put my shoes? They just tend to fly around the entranceway, and now we can put all of our shoes right there. So right here is the ladder up to our daughter Clara's loft, and it's pretty easy to get up into. So she just climbs up here every night. It's a little tight for us adults, but for her it's good. And actually we tend to sit right here where we have a little more headspace with the vent. But it has good airflow in here, and we have a little fan for her, and she can store her stuffed animals and her books, and has a window as well. This back portion of this railing was here, but this entire area is open, And for young kids up there, that worried us a little bit. So Kevin and his dad built this part of the gate. And there's several ways that I've seen that others have done this as well. Some people put a track in here so it slides. Ours has a latch here. Close it. And then it has a latch here and a latch here. So our bathroom is right here. We only have one of them. Sometimes I think it'd be nice to have a second as our kids get older. You know, some days it's like a fight for who gets to use the bathroom first or who's still in there when someone else needs it. But for now, it works out really, really well for us. And it's quite large. Lots of storage. And also the mirror cabinet under the sink. Good amount of countertop space for a few things. We like to use baskets. That helps be able to store a few more things. And then I've seen these RV tours, and I think like the thing to do is you get into your shower so that people can see how big it is. I mean, this is a tall shower and it is quite wide as well. So here is the master bedroom. This is also the office where I work. So I can show you that real fast. It's nothing fancy. Kevin just took out a couple of the drawers on this little dresser. Enough for me to put this little folding chair here, sit down and have my knees be able to go in. And then I work from here. I have 2 monitors with my laptop open. You know, got an office with a view, so that's pretty good. And that's how we earn money on the road. And then when I'm done for the day, the chair stows away nice and conveniently. We also have our onboard washer and dryer right here. That for us is super convenient. And the other part of this closet is just clothes, storage. The bed lifts up. We have some storage under there as well. And that is it. So we showed you the inside of the RV yesterday. So today we're gonna do a walk around outside the RV and Kevin will take you through all of that.
Here we go. One of the options that we got with this one was dual awnings. All of them come with this great big one right here, which is really nice. The extra one is super nice for keeping the sun off of the dinette and the couch back there. And pretty much when it's really hot outside, any extra awnings you have to keep the sun off keeps the internal temperature a little bit nicer, which has been great. Next up is the outdoor kitchen. We have some space in here, an extra fridge right here, and then this pulls out to give you an extra cooktop. And you just have to attach a propane cord underneath to a quick disconnect down below. Now, a lot of outdoor kitchens have a sink outside. Ours does not. I think that's probably the only thing I really feel like I'm missing here. Enough so that I think our plans in the future will include putting some kind of quick disconnect hose on this side. Next up over here is a big cargo bay door. This goes all the way through, and we'll show you on the other side where it goes. This is a huge space, and we have always felt like we have more cargo room than we have weight capacity. So it doesn't look terribly full right now, but the kids' bikes will typically go in here right in the middle on top of that battery bank there, and then all the toys sort of just fill in the front right here. So it's usually full-ish when we travel, but not packed. Underneath here we have another storage bay. If we had gotten the built-in generator, this is where it would have gone. But we did not, because we don't need it. It adds a whole bunch of weight, and now we have extra cargo space for some other odds and ends. And then the old batteries used to be up here actually, and I took them out and rewired it to go back in there, which also had some nice weight savings to it. And on this side, we have our main propane tanks. These are the ones that are always hooked up. and we have the control for our leveling system in the front here. So when we get someplace and we just want to put the landing gear down, this is the little control panel I use before I typically go inside and use that touch screen to figure out what my levels are and press auto level and all that good stuff. And then this one right here is the other side of that big compartment that I showed you over there. It goes all the way through. In here we have the water cabinet. This is a built-in water filter that we've had. It's always helpful to have some hand sanitizer over here because, you know, you never know what you're going to get into sometimes. These are the tubs we keep all of our hoses and the sewer pipe down in that one. We keep a bunch of Lynx leveler blocks that I like to use for leveling. We got a little baby 1 gallon air compressor, which I can use to fill up all of our tires. It's also really nice to be able to blow things off with it. It's super helpful. It's light, it's quiet. I really like that one a lot. And then I keep a lot of other electrical stuff in over there. Another thing that has been really, really helpful. Recently, I installed this little flow meter from flows.com, and this will tell me exactly how much water we've used out of our freshwater tank. So I know I have a 65-gallon freshwater tank, and there's another 10 gallons in the water heater, but that's not really that useful because it just always stays in there and it's replaced from the freshwater tank. So as we use water, this counts down for me to let me know exactly how much I have left, and it also helps me to figure out how full some of my other tanks are. It's been really, really helpful. Next up, inside I'll show you all our batteries and some of the solar gear that I've got tucked away back in there. In here, I built a little box for our 6 Battleborn batteries. And then if I took off the panels back in there so that it was 1, easier access for installing all that equipment in there, and 2, it's, at least in my mind, I like that I get a little bit more airflow for all that stuff this way. Soon, we'll have some more videos up to show you about the installation of all of that stuff and the solar panels on the roof and how it all works together. So I mentioned that we have 65 gallons of freshwater capacity. We also have a 50-gallon black tank, and we have 2 gray tanks. One of them's a little further forward in the RV, and that one is for the bathroom sink, the shower, the washer, and that one is also 50 gallons. There's another one back here a little closer to the rear that is just for the kitchen, and that one is 37 gallons. We are a 50 amp rig. This, in my mind, has been something that we couldn't have lived without at this point. This is one of the more expensive EMSs. So we plug into this before we ever can't plug into any campground power, and this will protect us from surges, low voltage, high voltage, quite a few things. We have an electric spool, so I don't have to cart this cable out anywhere because I can just press extend or retract. The retract function is really nice because when I've got 25 feet of cord out, I don't have to lug anything. I just press the button and sit here and wait till it goes in. And the last couple things I want to show you have to do with the truck. We tow with a 2016 Ram 3500 dually, and let me show you the hitch. And the hitch we use is a B&W companion hitch.
Now that we've shown you both the inside and outside of our RV, that concludes our tour.
We didn't show you every little detail, so if you have any questions, leave us a comment below.
So we hope you liked the tour. We hope you continue to follow along, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!